Boy is a 2010 drama comedy film by Taika Waititi, written and directed by him. It is his second film. It is about Alamein Jr., also known as Boy. He lives on a house with his brother and his cousins, and his nan goes to a funeral, so he's left in charge one summer. So he has a really active imagination. And this tone of this movie is kind of like Wes Anderson, but New Zealand mixed with a little bit of Napoleon Dynamite. So everything comes crashing to a halt when his father shows up, supposed to be in prison, but he's not, and he shows up with two others, the Crazy Horses gang, and they're looking for buried treasure in the yard, stash of money before he went to prison. But he doesn't tell the boys that, and the boys are like, sweet, my dad's back, because, you know, he likes to brag, and it's a really small town, so like whatever little things they have is what people cling to. So when he has like a little gift of like sparklers, everyone's like, ooh, sparklers, because, you know, they live in a dinky rural New Zealand town. So the major themes of the movie is basically your expectations of your father, some autobiographical themes in there, really good stuff, especially because Boy basically gets shoved into adulthood a little bit more because he wants to mimic his father, so he starts trying to do things to impress his father, like smoke marijuana, drink beers, wear leather, you know, be like a tough man, but he's like, you know, really young. So he sort of loses himself because his father's there, his father's a bad influence, and that's sort of the main sort of emotional storyline of the movie. It's not that funny, to be honest. It was more heartfelt. There's some drawing parts in there to like showcase things like that. Taika Waititi does a good job, but it didn't connect fully with me. You know, the plot gets a little weird at the end. But overall, it's still a really interesting film to see that ethnic flavor in there. It's something very personal from the writer-director. It's something unique, even though it wasn't super hilarious. But it goes to showcase, you know, he can do a lot with very little, and the emotional stuff is still there. So, Boy is a pretty interesting film, worth checking out. I give it a 6 out of 10.